What is up, everyone? We are back with Unfiltered Truth Part 2. I know you just got one from Johnny Bia, so I decided to go ahead and do Part 2 of the one I was doing because I ran a poll and you guys said that you wanted to do a Part 2, so we're here to do a Part 2. However, I wanted to do a disclaimer before we start this video because it has scared me to my toes, and I want to make sure that I get this right because I do not want y'all to think we stand for something that we don't. My phone is messed up. Not bad, but it could use some improving. And about 3 weeks ago, I dropped it on cement, and not only did it crack the protective screen, it cracked my screen. And so now I have cracks in the front and the back of my phone, but more specifically on the front, there's a long crack going down from one of the corners to my phone all the way down to the other end, and there are so many other cracks to the point where I can feel the glass lifting a little bit up on my phone. And I'm saying this because on Twitter, I was on Twitter and my phone glitched and it powered Twitter off. It just turned it off. And I'm used to it because ever since I dropped my phone like that, because I've dropped it a couple of times, but this recent time I dropped it really bad. And ever since then, my Instagram will glitch and it would turn off. My YouTube will glitch and it would turn off. And my TikTok will glitch and turn off. And so now it's doing the same thing to my Twitter. However, this time, when it did it to my Twitter, when it came back up, it showed that I had liked all this random crap. Like, that's what it looked like to me. I had liked and reposted all this random stuff. Some of it was inappropriate. And I'm like, we have subscribers that follow us on Twitter, and I do not want y'all to think that that is what we stand for. We do not. I apologize. That is not what we're here for. So if you see something like that from me, it's not me. I have to either factory reset my phone, update my phone, or either go and get a new phone, get an update or something. Because I was so surprised when I turned my phone back on, and I'm like, this stuff is going out in notifications to everybody. And so I got Shea Bear to send me a what you call it, a screen recording of her likes to see if on her end I had liked any of that stuff, and it says that it wasn't there. So it must have been the glitch, because you know when you like stuff, it sends it out, but this time it didn't send it out. But you guys just know that if you're following me on Twitter and you see something like that, it is not me. It is not me. Now, if my finger slipped, I will be woman enough to tell you by accident I did. But this time, no, it was not me. So I just want to get that out the air because I do not want y'all to think, well, they're preaching about the God and the Lord and they're liking this stuff. I have already talked to someone that specializes in IT, graduated with a degree in IT, that has helped me and told me that I basically need to get a new phone because the glitch, it won't stop. It'll just keep going. And I do not want no random crap being sent from me to my mama, to my grandmama. It'll hurt my grandmama. I do not want it to be sent out. So that's the disclaimer of this video, at the beginning of this video. So now on into the good stuff. Now, I know last time on Unfiltered Truth, I was talking about basically how I feel about the way I look, my appearance, and all these different type things. And I wanted to get into really just the mindset of it all, because we see quotes all the time that says, I don't know how to word it, but basically every flower is not going to be beautiful to every person. Every person doesn't like roses. Every person doesn't like daisies. Every person doesn't like sunflowers. Everyone likes something different. However, with the way that I think, or the way I look at myself, this negative view does not just stay in one container of my life. It has spewed out into other containers. And so I find myself in different settings or different contexts of my life, still having this same mentality and thinking, well, it don't matter in the first place because they're not going to like me anyway. It doesn't matter if I get the job anyway because I'm not going to fit in. I probably ain't going to make no friends or anything. Oh, no associates anyway. It doesn't matter if I'm able to dance because people are still going to say I'm fat and overweight and all these. Like, you see how it goes out into different corners of your life and it just kind of marinates there and then it begins to grow. It's like planting seeds. That's how it is sometimes with me. And I know that it is a trap. It is a trap that society has made up. And it is something that we've gotten so used to the point that when we see things that don't fit the standard, even though we want to accept it, it's hard to accept it because we've been told and programmed that's not accepted. When in actuality, that is not true. That is absolutely not true. And we cannot put stipulations and standards and requirements on people because we're not their judge. The Lord is their judge. And as long as they're making God happy and He's pleased with their life, then that's all that matters. But I also want to talk about the things that hold us in strongholds. Also, I believe that was part of that topic as well. The things that hold us in strongholds, because all of us have imperfections. All of us have problems that we don't even want to tell people that we deal with, because it's like, you deal with that, and then your family look at you different, you feel weird and all these different type things, and it's like, we're all human. The Lord looks down on all of us and He sees His children. He sees humans. That doesn't give us the excuse to act like a fool and a mule, but that's just who we are. We're humans. We have imperfections, but that's what His Son is there for, to help guide us and deliver us out of them all, because they're all burdens. They're burdens. Even if it does make you feel good, when you begin to have a relationship with God, those things that used to make you feel good, that you know was wrong, will make you uncomfortable. They will make you very, very, very uncomfortable. And I'll use myself as an example. When I was in high school, I had a really bad mouth. I'm just going to be honest with you. It seemed every other word was a cuss word. Every other word was a word of profanity. And I had gotten so used to it that it was just part of my speech. It was part of my language at the time. Instead of just saying a regular sentence, I had to insert it somewhere. It was just a habit. But as I began to have a relationship with God, and I began to grow closer with God and understand God's word more and understand Him more, even when I said it, it would make me uncomfortable. When I would hear my friends say it, it would make me uncomfortable. And I'm like, I would feel like God was really there in flesh watching me. Like He was just looking like, so you're going to do that too? Like that's how I honestly felt. And that was a stronghold for me. Sometimes do I still slip up? Yes, I do. Because y'all know in the videos with Juhan, it's a slip. It is a slip. And that's why I be like, oh, y'all forgive me. And I feel so bad about it. And I ask y'all for forgiveness. Well, I ask God for forgiveness first. And I ask y'all for forgiveness. Because it's not a part of who I'm trying to be. I don't want it to be a part of me. But that has been a stronghold on me. I know people that have had strongholds, of course, with drugs, things that, they've gotten so used to it now that they do it. Me and my mom was just talking about somebody that we knew that used to come to our church. She was doing good for a while, but then things just went downhill, and she passed away because of drug usage. You have people that they're addicted to alcohol. They're addicted to profanity. They like to say bad things. You have people that are addicted to so many different things, pornography. All these different things are strongholds. However, we absolutely cannot look at people as if they're some different entity and they're not a human being. And the Lord is saying they're my child too. Yes, they're dealing with things. Yes, they're doing things that I don't like. However, their heart and their soul belongs to me. And I still love them. And we can't get too high and mighty and think, oh, well, that's them. Absolutely not. Because we all have something that we're dealing with. We all have something that is a stronghold on our life that we want God to, just deliver us from. Things that we've done secretly that we don't want people to know. Things we're doing secretly that we don't want people to know. And that's just something that you have to cry out to God and say, Father, help me, because I need help. I need to get out of this. I don't want to be a part of this. And please do not feel that your struggles have to be everybody's business. It doesn't. Don't feel that you have to run out into the street and say, I have done such and such. You don't have to do that. There are things that the Lord will allow you to keep between you and Him. It will be you and His secret. It won't have to be nobody else's business. And even if they do know, it's still not their business. Yes, they're going to judge because that's society. That's what they do. People act like they've never fallen from God's grace, but that's none of their business. Now, does that give us an excuse to continue to do it? No, it doesn't. If anything, if God is so loving and dependable and merciful to keep the secret and to heal you during the process and to deliver you from that spiritual bondage, then we should love and respect Him enough not to do it anymore. Because if you honestly think about it, it is a spiritual bondage that Satan wants to keep us in, so that way we can draw farther and farther away from the Father. However, it doesn't matter how far in the hole you think you are. If you think you're in a 1 million foot hole, you're down in the middle of the earth with the lava, God can still reach his hand in and grab you. There is no place on this earth that we can stay away from God's love, because his love reaches everywhere. Even if while you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, he doesn't like it. He sees you doing it, but he still loves you. And he's there to say, if you want to give this up, if you want to get out of this, I am your deliverer, and I can take it away from you. I can allow you to learn something from this experience. And so I'm going this route because I do not want y'all to think that because us four sit up on this bed and we do reaction videos that we don't have problems in life. And I'm not saying that we have problems to the point where we're going off, we're thinking, oh, I want to murder somebody, or I want to hurt somebody, or as they say on TikTok, mother, I crave violence. That's not what we're here for. However, even if it was, it would still be between us and God individually. But we all have our problems. All four of us have our problems that sit on this bed, that do reactions, that are on YouTube, that has a certain amount of subscribers, a certain amount of fam, and all these different type things. We still have our moments where we cry out to God and say, Father, please deliver us from this, because we need rest. We need rest. And just like your problems are between you and the Lord, our problems are between us and the Lord. And when the Lord allows us to share it, we do it because we want y'all to relate. We don't want to be looked up as, whoa, you can't touch the Weir-Dos. They're huge. I would be afraid to talk to them. Absolutely not. We are human. When you strip down the YouTube and the fam and the videos and the likes and the dislikes and the retweets and all those type things, we're human. We share the same love you share. We are human, and we don't feel that we are more because we're on YouTube. It's a blessing that we're on YouTube. It's a blessing that we have people that want to watch our videos. Y'all are our blessing. And we dare not take it for advantage to think that we're high and mighty. In Romans, it tells us, in Romans 12, it tells us, do not think of yourself highly than what you are. You can't see yourself up here and other people down here because, oh, I have 50,000 subscribers and you only have one. And it ain't even about the subscribers. It's the simple fact that everyone on YouTube is basically doing the same thing. We're turning the camera on and we're showing you something that we like to do, or we're showing you something that we like to see, or whatever it may be. So that's why we share these videos. That's why we are comfortable with telling some of our problems. We don't tell it all, but we're comfortable with telling some of our problems for the simple fact that we want y'all to feel related to. We don't want y'all to see us and be like, their lives must be just grand and great. They get to do videos. They get to react. Sometimes before we turn that camera on, it's like, I want to go to sleep. I'm hungry, my back hurt, I don't feel good. Yeah, we be jumping up and down in the videos, but sometimes life just gets to you. And we're not saying that the reactions are fake, because they're not. How can you fake react to these fine people? How can you fake react to that? That makes absolutely no sense. But at the same time, we too have our moments. That's why we are real with y'all as possible. So if you have a spiritual stronghold, whether it be confidence, self-love, whatever it is that is holding you back, number one, don't feel that you have to share it with everybody unless you feel led to and you want to. Number two, don't worry about the judgment. Don't worry about what other people say, because they too have their problems. They just don't want to admit it. You have the brave heart to be able to admit it and say that you need help. And number three, know that we're here for you. Know that we understand and we relate to you. It might be a different situation, but it's the same principle. And we just pray for all of you. We really, really do. We just want y'all to know that we are here for y'all, and we love y'all. We do. We love y'all. And just know it's okay to make mistakes. God is there with you, and he will continue to love you no matter what. He will continue to love you no matter what. Whatever spiritual stronghold you have, just know that you have somebody praying for you. You got somebody praying for you. Because I have my own that I constantly pray and I ask God, Father, help me, because I know I need the help. But I do not want to get on this camera and live a lie. I don't want to live a lie. I want to be as unfiltered and tell the truth as much as possible. I really, really do. I want to be able to tell the truth as much as possible. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if it's too long, I apologize, because I try to keep it between 10 minutes. 15 is the max, and it says 15 minutes and 16 seconds now, so I'm going to go ahead and go. But I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. And now I will awkwardly turn off the camera.